Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is This Morning on ITV, Sunday's edition. I want to take a look at the local government election in Edo State, readiness of political parties. That is what we really want to discuss. And of course, I have members from the APC, the PDP, the Labour Party with me here in the studio. I have Comrade Aras Ehigato, a political analyst, a youth mobilizer and entrepreneur. Thank you so much for coming on today's show, Comrade.
Good morning, Wilson.
Very close to him is Comrade Ojo Imafido, a political analyst and entrepreneur. Welcome to TMI, Sunday's edition.
Good morning, Wilson.
All right. And of course, I have Barrister Justin Ore. I choose to retain him to create a balance in this discussion because when he starts talking, you get to know the party he belongs to. Though he's a legal practitioner, has a soft support for a political party. Barrister, welcome once more. All right. You get to hear put food on the table. You will not hear or see all these things happening. Comrade Okoro Osaho Obaraye, when you start talking, you get to know the party he's representing. But we have APC, PDP, and Labour. Okay. 2nd of September, a local government election will take place. And the citizens of Edo State are saying, look, we are not feeling the pulse yet. It's like a one-party thing, two-party thing, or even three-party things that they just can't feel the impact of the hits generated way back whenever a local government election is about to be conducted. I want to start off from you, Samuel Ehigato. What do you feel about this? Well, the party is ready for this election.
Yeah, thank you, Wilson. Well, I would say some certain parties are ready for the local government election, but the reason we are not feeling the heat is due to the circumstances that it has been twice postponed. First, it was announced to be done. After a while again, the executive arm of the government postponed it again at their will, based on the situation that they are the one to conduct the election, so they can at will postpone or conduct the election. So I think that gave a lot of most parties a little bit to relax their mind a little bit, because when you spend money to campaign, it is involved a lot of finance involvement. So when you spend a lot of money to campaign and at the end it has been postponed, I think it is not good for the pocket and it's not good for the people too. So that is a little bit reason why you see most parties are not really gingering yet. But in as much as I can speak for APC, I believe the APC party is very well ready, well prepared, because if you look at the situation as at present, there's no internal wrangling, there's no division. We are composed, we are prepared, and most of the candidates have also flagged off doing the unusual mosquito campaign, which is used to the grassroots politics, you know. So, but the main publicity, medias and all are still a little bit delayed because of the circumstance I told you. And when you look at the other party to conduct the election, I think we have a lot of issue to bother our mind too, because first and foremost, they are not even sure of themselves first, who is the real candidate, because there are a lot of litigations running around them. Even of recent, I think they still took them to court again. If that case might be, I think it will be very difficult for the PDP to even feature candidates for this coming local government election. But then about, a lot of people are still talking, no, if it happens like that, the executive will not even conduct the election, might even postpone the election once more time, which is his own prerogative. So I think there's a lot of things going on the ground, that is making it a little bit not yet on the hitting ground.
Okay. Yeah. Ojomefodo, you heard him. He gave reasons why it's like this team is not there. We used to know local government election, talk about postponement of the election, talk about litigation, talk about so many other factors. So what do you feel about this, the readiness of political parties?
Well, Wilson, I would first of all like to correct the notion my brother stated just now, that the executive arm of government in Edo State postponed the election that was supposed to be held last year or so. First of all, we have Edo State independent, in quote, independent. It's a body of its own, who is responsible for local government election in this state. So if there's any postponement, I feel it's not supposed to be, if there's any postponement, it's not the executive arm does not have any business with that. You know, sometimes we are on air, and whatever we dish out from here, it goes a long way to the masses. So, secondly, he also made mention of how the other political parties they were prepared, they spent money, and then the election was postponed. How can you spend money when there was no primary then? I don't know if you understand. At least
maybe your party.
No, I'm coming, sir.
Hold on. He has the floor.
Yes,
He has the floor.
I'm coming, sir. So, how can you spend money when there was no primary? At least we all did our primaries this year, and the election has been postponed since 2022. If you look at the last reasons why the EDSEC postponed the election, it was because it's able to favor all the political parties involved because of the new. If you look at, like me now, in my local government or in my unit, I was formerly in unit 33. Now I was now pushed to unit. No, sorry, I was in unit 12. Then I was now pushed to unit 33 in my ward. So if we were to use the old INEC register, it would have complicated the whole issues. And now also talking about the PDP having internal wrangling or conflict. It's even in APC, right, in the national chapter, we all see what's happening. Any major political party that is in power, there's always bound to be conflicts. But how they resolve it, we are here and you see how this election, by God's grace, will be conducted, and the PDP, because it's a big family. That's what I can say.
So you're saying is there are no wrangling, or all things will be
No,
settled
there will definitely be, but it's not that big the way my brother
is painting it to be.
Yeah.
All right, I'll come back to you, Joe. Well, Barrister Justin, I know you have a position for one political party. I wouldn't want to dive into that, but what's your view in this particular situation? Two contrasting opinions. What do you think about it?
Well, it's a situation, a dicey situation we found ourselves. I think Mr. Ara is more transparent with the way things are than the way my friend by my side is saying it. The political parties, some of them are ready, they are flag off. These primaries is talking about, Mr. Ojo just said. Remember, this local government election was to be conducted before the primaries for the general election.
Yeah.
Last year, that was
2022.
And a splinter or a group inside the PDP went to court. No sufficient time was given or notice was given. The other issue that is brewing now is that the people that conducted the primaries, are they the real delegate or not? That one is an issue. We shouldn't hide it from our people because, like I said earlier, conscience is an open wound that only truth can nurture. You understand? So that is it. But others, like from Labour Party I know, we are ready, very ready. The campaigns, the councillors are already going around. If you go around town, you see our posters. If you go around, you see the chairman of Uredo and others. I think this Ovia notice or something like that. You saw him on air yesterday also. So these people are ready. But why the heat is not being felt is that our politics consumes money. Take it or leave it. Yes. Even when we don't give shishi. But that does not mean that pure water or mineral will not come. And these things are money.
Is that not shishi?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I said these things are money. So if you spend money first time and then now postpone it, now if you are going to go into it again, you have to be more careful in your spending. You have to be sure because anything can happen. And when it happens, your money goes. Nobody to reimburse you, nobody to claim for.
All right.
That's how it is.
All right. Well, I believe that the issue in the PDP, Ojo should have first-hand information about what is happening in that party, that most people say, because he is in the party. So we'll take his own view about what's going on right now in the PDP to the bank for now, until we go verify and other things. Well, Okoro Saobai put food on the table, a grassroots politician. He likes saying things the way it is. What do you feel about this? The hate is not there yet.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lucy. First of all, let me congratulate you for your new princess.
Thank you.
I'll come on visiting soon.
All right.
You see, the reason why some of us will still remain in the is because if you don't say it what it is, you start gagging and trying to look for ways to defend. My brother Mafido, we go high. If you say things the way it is, you'll be more free, you won't be sweating. You won't think. Are you getting it now? The internal wrangling that is presently for the very just now happening in the political local government space, I want to tell you also to take mind to the bank. Election might not also hold.
Yes.
Might not hold. Yeah.
Might not.
Yeah. I'm 70% sure of this. And if you score 70, you should know what it is. So that's just one. The reason why it will not hold is that
but that's how it is going to be, because now you are not the Independent Electoral Commission for crying out loud. So you cannot say it will not hold.
So we cannot take it. Not. I didn't say it cannot.
Okay.
Yeah. I said it might not hold.
Okay.
The reason why I'm saying it is, one, there's internal wrangling there, and so there is this. It's going to be the last major political fight of the governor. So if he toys with it, 2024 will be suicidal. So if he has to check it very well. Are you getting it now? I'm not trying to tell you that if he decides to hold it tomorrow, they're not going to clear it. I'm not of that party. That is not. You must say things the way it is, because he who plays the piper dictates the tune. So forget about the independency in a do. My son signing. That is in essence one cannot know that there is no independency in that word, those state independent. He knows, not me. Are you getting it now? So also we're talking about money in election, and my friend is also telling me that how will you spend money when you've not done primaries? If he has not spent money, let us go to Ayelala. He has spent 5 million minimum to get to percent where he is today. So that's not to go straight. No, I'm telling you.
Yes.
The reason is that if you print a poster at all, try it with no matter. Print a poster at all, you are now a money-making machine for your people around you. Nobody wants to give to you again. They believe because you have money, that is why you want to do this. That is the meta state of any normal Nigerian. They want to say bring because you have. And so how much is even to print a poster? A very decent poster now for a senatorial governorship candidate, a very decent one that you will see and say this person is ready for the race. It's approximately 15 million. First batch. Approximately 15 million. I'm not telling you about party primaries, I'm telling you about jingles. You work in a year. If I decide to do jingle for 1 month, before, mid, or after news, if I don't issue a check of over 1 million for ITV, it can work. That's another million again. If I want to do it, and you are saying the election is not, it's not for kids any longer. I get it. It's a money spending venture, money making venture. So if people tell you we know they give chichi, I kept laughing. Thank God my brother has also told you that even giving the people of pure water, transportation, mobilization, it must go. You don't need to tell me that if I don't visit Mafido tomorrow, you should expect me to give him money to support him. No. For no matter my party level, he will give me something to go and transport fare. But if I don't greet my brother that is not contesting, he will not. We will talk and drink and go. Okay. At the same, you don't need to shy away.
Okay.
So the truth remains that election, as I told you, we pray it holds. The reason why I wanted it to hold is also that the lacuna in the third tier of government is eating deep into the issues that everybody depends on Osadebe.
Okay.
We are not supposed to look at Osadebe.
All right.
I get it now.
All right.
For a man to know his counselor, first of all, is even first of all reachable to say, I beg, when my counselor, may come see my gutter when we park yesterday, Saturday. May come see how if it help us park the sand, come on, go through away. That is the work of you don't need to go to ministry to go and look for truck. That's the work of the counselor to go tomorrow, go to the ministry or inside to get a truck, get people to help you park that stuff. So if that one is not there, tomorrow TV now also start beaming the view of sand going back to the gutter.
Okay.
Everything going back to the governor. It goes to show that for his own good, it's good for him to conduct a government election. All right. Let's forget about independence. It's the governor that decides it.
Okay. Well, many persons may differ. Anyway, I'll come back to you, Obarai. He talked about the fear. He used the word might not hold. Not it will not. Might not hold. He gave reasons. Do you think that this is one of the reasons why the heat we used to experience during local government election campaign, all everything about it, is not being felt? The fear that it might not hold.
Yeah, Winston, I saw at the last stage, that we like to shy away from the truth. And the truth shall set us free if we agree. If we take this camera off us now, and we, the five of us, sit down and discuss about this election, I believe we all will arrive at the same opinion that there's a possibility the election might not hold because of the internal wrangling in the ruling party, not because other parties are not ready. Because the man knows if he conduct an election, when litigation is on ground, who is the rightful candidate to contest the election? And at the end, he does not able to present a candidate. How does it look for the executive arm of government? That is a ruling party, does not have candidates. It's a very big issue. Whether my brother in PDP want to accept it or not, the recent court litigation is shaking their legs. And he's telling me that APC have a problem in national. We are talking of Edo State. Let's focus on here. Have you heard any ping from the APC? Have you heard any quarrel? No. Since the primary, we unitedly. Even the first primary we did before, we were united. And now we did a fresh primary. We are still united. The Labour Party have done their, I saw last time when they were flagging off to. There's unity spread. The problem we have is that this executive arm of government should settle the issue with PDP. Should settle its political wrangling. Because you cannot have the executive right and you don't have your party right. Because both of them goes together. Without the party, there is no government. They present the candidates. So you cannot have issue with those who are going to present the people to rule us. We should not shy away from it. Whether I'm from APC or from PDP or from Labour, we should say the truth.
But anyway,
we should advise the best of Nigeria.
Anyway, it was on the news that the PDP, they've conducted their primaries and they have their candidates.
Yeah, you saw the latest litigation. You saw the latest litigation, except you are not conversant with it. There's a barrister here, we can ask. It was just about a few weeks ago. That was brought by the other session that the people that conducted the primary are not from the National Cooking Committee. If you did not go through that petition, I go through it because I am not a party sentimental politician.
Okay, fine. So
I want to know what is happening in other parties so that I can know how to play my politics.
All right. Now, I believe that they have a national.
They should not deny that truth. It is on the open.
All right. Now, let's focus on the election. If you take a look at Edo State, it's like two parties, so to speak, that are the ones really hitting the drums.
Yeah.
The PDP and, of course, Labour. I don't really know if, apart from these two parties, if others really come out to join the bandwagon, or do you think that other parties are planning to boycott the election? Remember, it happened previously.
Listen, I don't believe it.
Hold on, no. I want Odumovu to dive into this.
Okay.
I'll come back to you later.
Well, Wilson, like I said before, though my brother didn't understand where I was coming from, I didn't say you don't spend money in politics. What I said, how can you spend money when the primaries were not conducted as at that time? I don't know if you understand. And when he's talking about litigation and all that, why don't you allow us worry about our party? Now, with the way he is sounding, to me, I can sense fear. That they're already scared. They believe, because a lot of them, off camera, they'll tell you, oh, they'll write the election, they'll write the result and all that. But with the way EDSEC has been carrying on with their duties, I can see this is going to be one of the freest local government elections that will be held in this state. And if you look at the way our primaries were held, it's all over, at least there's social media now, and you can see the way our primaries, the PDP primaries were held. The EDSEC were there, even the DSS and the police, everybody were there. So if you're telling me about litigation and all that, like I told you before now, I said PDP is the ruling party in this state. So there is bound to be disagreement, and if there's any disagreement, where do you expect people to resolve their differences? Is it not in the court of law? So they should be worried about the case they have with the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. The APC should be worried about that, not minor who's supposed to conduct the primaries and all that. We also what happened in the last election, whereby two factions, they all went to their they went to conduct their primaries, and it went all to the Supreme Court, and we know what happened. Like with the people in the ends of affair in the PDP in the state, like the state chairman Zegbemi and the rest, they all, before they conducted these primaries, before they decided that, okay, fine, let us conduct these primaries, they've already set all their how do I put it? They've already planned everything. I don't know if you understand. So if you're telling me with this litigation there might or there might not be any primary, any election, with what I've seen so far, I know September 2nd is sacrosanct.
Okay. September 2nd is sacrosanct. I pray God keeping us alive will come back here to discuss it. But all the same, let's focus on the timetable, September 2nd being sacrosanct. Okay, if there's any changes, or if there are changes in the future, we'll come back here to discuss about it. Now, the fear of 18/18, like the fear he hyped on that, all political parties, they are scared.
They are scared.
That is why they are hyping the litigation in PDP. What did you say about that?
Well, with due respect to my friend, I think it's not being realistic. There's no way, if the election is free, fair, and credible, PDP, the ruling party, will get 18/18 in Edo State. No way.
Nobody's talking about 18/18.
Okay. And nobody's afraid of PDP in Edo State. My friend here, Mr. Abarai, made mention of 2024 about, to be candid with you, if that 2024 comes, PDP, PDP.
Okay, let's
Let's go to local government election. We'll get there.
Of course, we'll get there. Local government election.
Hold on now, Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
Let me tell you, to be candid with you, I don't see PDP winning that 2024 election.
Your own opinion, you are not
in my opinion, yes.
Even like that, let's wait for it to come.
So they said in 2020.
Let's wait for it to come.
Listen, what happened in 2020 is a different ball game in 2020.
Let's focus on this one.
And this local government election, I don't see them having 18/18.
Okay.
Let me tell you, because the chips are down. And the information we are getting, just that not everything we say on air. INEC ready to give you register, but we heard from, they said, okay, give us only register. INEC said, no, we'll give you register and we'll give you beavers.
Beavers.
They said, no, we want register without beavers. INEC said, no. That's one issue. If it has been resolved now, I'm yet to be resolved. To be resolved. Okay? And with beavers, and with the way beavers is, you saw what happened now. Let us not be, I don't like it when we try to pamper and paint it. No. There is no way PDP will win 18/18. They can win some. They will also lose some. APC will win some. The Labour will win some.
That's the beauty of democracy.
That's it. Except that election is not free, fair, and credible. That's when they will now. Nobody is afraid of PDP. Gone are the days. This time, if the election is today, I can even enumerate some of those local governments. You watch out that PDP will lose, APC will lose, and Labour Party will win it.
Yes.
Everyone understands that.
Okay, all right.
APC have their campaign going on because I live close to one of their councillors in my house. You know, it's already on campaign. I think I've seen some of the chairman poster also. I don't want to mention their names. That's for APC. So APC is doing that. Or maybe you've not heard, just like Labour Party too. Yes. You understand? What PDP is doing, they're only using states that they are the ruling party. That is why you hear from the ordinarily, man, they are head of. Sorry. Okay, hold on now. You right. It's only you have the right. What is there is make kakas.
Hold on, please. You have to refrain that word. Hold on. Okay. What is there? Just you have to please withdraw that statement. Kakas, come on.
Okay, I withdraw that statement.
Thank you.
What I mean that the fear, nobody is afraid of them.
Okay,
we are ready to go down on the go down with them on the field.
Thank you.
And you see that the result will speak for itself.
Thank you. So please, gentlemen,
but there was hold on in the presidential election, but we also happened.
Imafidon is not your turn. It's not your turn yet. Turn by turn. But please, gentlemen, no matter what is happening, let's watch our emotions.
No.
When it's your turn to react, you react. Allow others to please have their say when it's their turn. But you've been listening intently. He said, look, these are the point. Beavers or no beavers. If there is beavers, nobody is afraid of any political party. You win some, you lose some. The prospect of 18/18 has come and gone.
Gone for good.
What about you?
Presently, we are on a draft competition at area in honor of my godfather Lolo Uso, whose birthday is today. And there's one particular friend of mine, Billy Osagi, who was ranting that was looking for me to play with, that he will win. And when he started shouting, I became scared. I'm skeptical to say, this is a guy at third draft. But internally, I was matured just to be smiling. And unluckily for him yesterday, he came and said he wanted to play me, that it was our turn. Before he could say Jacob, he said, I trashed him 2-0. And I told him I'm no longer in the competition. The reason is because your mouth was too much and the disgrace I've given to you, I left. What am I using that to say? All of us here know extremely the truth. I get in that. The reason why some of us don't want to contest election again is because of when you come, you start trying to gag. So when you go, people will not tell you, hey, are you going to talk that way? No leader fits me any longer. So if I see you, I will bulala you with my word. I get it. So the only people I respect are my customers. So not any political leader.
Yes.
The truth remains the same as sacrosanct. Even if we try to win, if PDP or if APC will win, if Labour will win, it's going to be hard to win in local government.
Why would you say that?
I'm coming.
Even with beavers.
Listen to me. I'm coming. It will be hard to win a local government, but it will not be hard. It will be so easy for them to win a councillorship, and even that councillorship should be like somewhere in the radio where you have what 6. You say one-way thing, as in you just decide it here. You can't move away here. It has happened before, where PDP won during the APC-led administration. Also in Ward 9, where it's a one-way thing. Others, don't let anybody tell you. Don't let anybody come here. Cover it. And if any mistake goes about it, I'll give you a blank check to fill. The result is going to be called. Even when Labour has what it takes in winning, APC has what it takes in winning, because they're going to collate during the midst of collation. You are no longer there, bringing a card the law to Ukokobi, bringing this one to that. Then they cannot say this is the result. But the one of councillorship, just listen.
Many people will
Why will you agree with my opinion? You are wishing on Masha Amoko about your TV names. You are just two. I'm carrying something now, TV names. So don't cry for me, do it for yourself. Are you getting it? You don't need to follow what I'm saying. But remember, I told you, go to a bank with what I've told you, a block check.
Okay.
Where we can win. The reason is because after the election, are they going to set up, are we going to Abuja for the litigation? We are also going to litigation within the confines of Edo State, within a tribunal set up by the executive. So don't let anybody gag you about it. Are you getting it? It's tit for tat. What we should be clamoring for, what I thought to Joe that is upcoming. I was in this position 2006. I contested for councillorship. So I know what is going through now. It's painful. Because you try to guide people. When you go out there, you go to talk about TV, say this, that. I get it. So I know. It's hard. So by the time you also come, about 10, 20 years, I will not know it. We should be clamoring for INEC to conduct local government election. Then all of us will be free. INEC conducted during the days of Lucky Benedio, where we still had a chairmanship. We are still shouting for today for EDO. People still remember him today. He won when PDP, when it was that issue, but INEC conducted it because INEC does not know you. I get it now. Whatever I said conduct, whatever. Have you ever seen any state, even if anywhere, you not tell me, if Lagos State, you not say you are so popular, how will you win? Now in fact, don't let anybody tell you. We don't want to tell you the truth. How will you win? The only place you can win is what I'm telling you, where you cannot call. Let's say ITV is a unit, and ITV is going to produce a councillor. So we just call the election year, we just know the winner year. But if we also say we are going to Unibet to also get results, going to Ekiadolo, on your way to Unibet, your way to Ekiadolo, is when the thing will not change. So when you now have your results, you are holding it, telling you that you've won. You will now see somebody telling you that your 244 is 288. You will now say, no, see my own. They'll say, go to court. You will now go to court. Okay. Your 3 years of litigation, the 3 years of those people has elapsed. So our clamor should not be the litigation not there. No, now. Okay, fine. So that the reason why I'm saying it, yes. So that when my son Osaini want to contest in future, INEC should be the one conducting it. That we should start fighting for that. Hold on. We all will be liberated in trying to paint what is black, white.
Obari, way back when your party was in charge and those are the local government election, would you still be crying the way you're crying right now?
I'm not crying.
I know. No. I mean, okay. Let's say you don't agree with the word cry. Would you be clamoring the way you're clamoring for it right now?
Listen, I've told you.
Yes.
Take your time.
Yes.
Take your time
yes.
to go back to my archives. Yes. Take your time. Take your time to go back to my archives. Just if you take your time, yes. You see that the reason why some of us are still where we are today politically is because of what we say.
Say the way it is.
Yes, and it's not painful. Listen.
Yes.
During my party days.
Yes. Just
listen. If you also try to listen, don't go shoot. Try to listen. I told you. I said during our party days, a PDP councillorship won in Ward 6. He won in Ward 6. Why did he win? Our primaries there, we shot ourselves on the leg because the people said this was the person they are looking for. Yes. Our leader said no. We want another person. And they brought in another person. Right. And the people united in unity because they know that we don't need to go to elsewhere. All of us stay here. And the election was conducted, yes. And the winner emerged. Okay. So that was during our day. All right. Now it's their day. Now, so what will you expect it?
All right, because we went back 18 over 18
yes.
in vogue. And right now,
it's invoked. It should be invoked.
Over now to you, Samuel, going by what Obaraye postulated, or saying that this might just happen, not 100% certain, speaking from experience, and of course his own stay in politics. Do you think that this also is a reason why many persons don't even want to come out on that day to come vote. Because say when you move result from one place to the other, coalition center will give you something else. That's what is alleging right now.
Oh, listen, you know, Mr. Barry just hit the nail on the head. The only way we can have a free and fair local government election if it is being conducted by the INEC, not by ESEC. Because first and foremost, ESEC is constituted by the executive arm of government that is ruling. Let's take that point first, which is trying to always deny.
No, he didn't deny it.
No, he said
He not said anything about it yet.
He said the postponement was by ESEC, it's an independent body. Listen, who appoints the ESEC? It is the executive arm of government. Who finances ESEC? It is the executive arm of government. So I cannot be feeding you and you don't play the pipe I want you to play for me. Let's take that point first, very clear. As a sincerity, which he knows. I know he's a young politician. We have been playing these games. We have seen a lot of local government elections. We know how it plays. We know where it pains every one of us. And the only reason why everybody is complaining is because of this unfairness in the local government election. That believe that the government will write it. Let me just nail it. That belief is there.
And the belief may be
And the
wrong.
belief is positive and negative. Positive in the aspect that the PDP candidate, if, for example, they escape through their litigations and their wranglings, they believe they are already there, even without even spending much money, because it's going to be written in their favor. It is negative in the aspect of other political parties, because they spend even more, most times, than the ruling government, because they need to do more. And at the end, you did more. You'll be able to mobilize your people out, and they vote well for you. At the end of the day, inside the bus, the figure changes. And another result is being called. There are situations we know in the past.
Said because of
There is a situation in the past that election result was counted in the hall. The result of that same local government, I think it was Uromi, was already called.
Who did that?
It was under APC.
Under APC.
It isn't respective of which party now.
We should not be talking about party.
It's not a party now. It is about the ruling government. We are talking of the ruling government.
Hold on. He's making a point.
Irrespective of the party, I'm telling you how it is done. It is done. They were still counting result, and the result was already called on the air. The man was shocked. They called him and said, "They don't call your result." He said, "No, we still there here. They don't call your result. They make you rest." It can happen. The principle of that ESEC system is still existing. You always believe in it. That is why you see most times the local government election have voter apathy. Many people don't come out in a mass to do the election, because sometimes when you have about 3,000 people in the polling unit, you see about 100 comes out or about 80 comes out.
But he said there will be beaver system around. That may just be a game changer.
That is the prayer. You can. I love what he said about that issue, because I was even coming to that issue, because as at present, the Labour Party is standing on the ground that the beavers should be used. The APC is standing on the ground for the beavers to be used. The SDP is standing on the ground, the beavers to be used. The only one party fighting the beavers not to be used is the PDP.
Okay, hold on.
And I have to ask a question.
Okay.
Why are they fighting the beaver? What are they afraid about the beavers?
I'll come back to you.
Even irrespective, say we might still write it, but let us try it.
I will come back to you.
And sincerity.
Now, he said the PDP is afraid of the beavers. What does he say about that?
First of all, let's say they are talking about the ESEC chairman.
Yeah, because both of them said, look, they said they'll give you the register and beavers.
No, I'm coming, Wilson.
Yes.
The complaint here is the ESEC chairman was appointed by the governor, and it's true. But we also know that the chief judge of every state is appointed by the state governor, right? I'm coming. Chief judge.
No.
Who appoints?
It recommends
I'm coming, sir.
to the
Now,
House of
I'm coming,
Assembly.
They recommend and
Yes.
approve.
Even
Calm down. It is not about the judiciary because I know that's your fault. Let them finish.
Do you know we have the Federal High Court of Justice. We also have State High Courts.
Yes.
Have you ever heard any cases of maybe the governors using the State High Courts? I don't know if you understand. What I'm saying here is the fact that maybe during a period or during someone's tenure, maybe the rigging was so visible, or maybe when your party was in power. I don't know if you understand. Yeah. That does not mean that every other person, at least it is too early to start believing or judging this present government. Let this new ESSEC board, the chairman and everybody that is working in ESSEC, let's see how it goes first before we start judging them. Okay. And for me, the issue of beavers, I'm coming. The only party I see that is scared of this election, for me, I'm sorry, is the APC. If you see the Labour Party, they are doing their thing, and they just, because they know they have the crowd, let me put it like that. I don't know if you understand, but the APC all they did was just to print their posters and they are sleeping inside, and they expect. How will you say that? I'm coming. There are a lot of APC in my. He has the floor. I'm coming. Yes. So, but if you see the Labour people, they are everywhere. I don't know if you understand. On that day, you now expect. The PDP, I can tell you my party is on ground fully. On that day, you may probably, and by God's grace, because every political party, their prayer is to win the election. And if we are to get 18 over 18, I don't see it as maybe the executive was involved. It's because we really campaigned.
Okay. What about the beavers issue?
The beavers, Wilson, yes. We all saw what happened in Rivers State and even in the national election, whereby there are some places that the beavers, they just manipulated everything. So using beavers or no beavers is not even an issue. For me, the PDP is on ground. And if they're still going to use, was there no beavers in Edo State when the PDP won majority of the House of Assembly seats in the last election?
All right. No, hold on. You react. Just save your thoughts, okay? You put it on pause. We'll come back after this break. It's all about local government election, parties, readiness. You can hear from what they are saying, how they are feeling, or what they've been feeling about the forthcoming election. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just joined us, it is TMI. We are the last lap, and we're taking a look at the forthcoming Edo State election, the readiness of political parties, and the men here in the studio. You could feel the pulse, the passion they have for their party. Some are trying to say, hey, this is B, and some are trying to say, no, it's the same. You see the passion they have in defending their parties. Quite interesting. Have somewhere he got, so you have Audrey Mafidon, of course, Barrister Justin Ray, and Okoro Osahon Obaraye. They are speaking their minds the way they are feeling it. So, you were making a point right before I had to stop you because we need to go for a break. We want to react to what Audrey Mafidon said before we went on that break. So, Barrister, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wilson. He made some allusion about the appointment of the ESSEC chairman, or the CJ. The CJ is not the appointee of the governor. We have 3 tiers of government, or 3 arms: executive, legislature, and the judiciary. And each of them are equal, and they are provided for by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999.
And who recommends the CJ?
I'm coming. So when the sitting CJ retires, the next in hierarchy comes in. He or she, okay, he, because there's no she in law. It goes for NJC, that National Judicial Council. They screen him and confirm him and send recommendation down, which is being sent by the executive to the House of Assembly for confirmation. It is by seniority that you get to CJ. So
I mean, it has nothing absolutely to do with the governor.
No. It is the most senior judge of a state that becomes the next CJ.
Okay.
That's how it is. Then on the ESSEC issue that he also brought in, whether national or local, INEC or ESSEC, I don't think I would differ from the submission of my friend or my brother, Mr. Egato. I will not rely more on that than what we have here. No.
So you say no to INEC committing election?
No, because they don't even, I don't want to use the word that are coming to me. I will not subscribe to them conducting our local election, because Section 7 of the 1999 Constitution provides that the form of government in local government shall be democratically elected. And we went on to state how and who is in charge of that election. The state or the executive arm of government, they will make, the House of Assembly will make laws for them. And they will have their own independent body. And the person that is heading that body is a retired judge of Edo State. And you know, for you to be a judge in force and work without blemish and be retired, you have a lot at stake.
Appointed by who?
Is appointed by the governor. Okay. Recommended by the governor for appointment to House of Assembly.
Let's leave it at that.
That is one.
Let's leave it at that. Yes.
That you recommend somebody or appoint somebody does not mean that before you appoint or recommend, you must have seen some stellar quality in him or her. That's why when you bring that person, you expect that the person's integrity, his character and capacity is at play. And that person will not want at this time and point in his or her life to mess it up. So the sanctity of the appointee is there, and he was going to carry out his duty to the best of his ability. And every contestant, they are going to have a fair play on a level playing ground. Then coming to the issue of PDP or APC or Labour Party, my dear, like I said earlier, and I maintain, it is the PDP that quakes. Yes, they are the one that quakes. First and foremost, they have lost their popularity. They have internal wrangling. And
many will differ to your opinion.
They can. I also have right to my opinion.
Yeah.
And he said APC is not campaigning. My dear, they are. I said earlier, one of their councillors lives very close to me. And I've seen him moving. He's formidable in that world. He's very, very formidable in that world. Even though he has our candidate to beat. And I tell you, it's that world, that unit, or the word, will go to either Labour Party or the other party.
You're not
I don't see.
You're not ETX, so let's leave it at that.
On ground now. See, I'm on ground.
You've been on ground about the day of the election.
Let me tell you, those that are fronting for PDP, even in their word,
don't break our table, please.
Even in their word and unity, they will not win it. And Beavers will do the man.
You will have just one vote. You don't speak for other people.
I have one. I'm a family man.
Yes.
I'm from a polygamous home.
Yes.
And by the grace of God, I will influence over other persons.
But you and your siblings don't have a political party. They have mind of their own.
Let me tell you, we have a way of doing this thing.
Okay, I'll come back.
Okay, you
want to force them.
I will force them.
I'll come back to the instruction. I'll come back to you. Barrister, hold on. Obaraye, I know you've been listening. He raised 2 points. One countering what Samuel talked about, and the other countering what Ojo mentioned. From what he said, we talk about the head of HCA, it's like, the person of unquestionable character that has served as a judge, unique and all that you don't want that person to do anything to tarnish his, there's no his image, right? From you have been into politics, react to what he just said.
Thank you so much. He didn't need to hit the table to know that what he was saying was already lost on the track.
No.
There was no need to hit the table. I get it now.
Don't break our table.
So I was scared.
Don't break our table.
Because when you lost track, we're trying to focus on. You've been maintaining, telling me you don't want INEC, that you want EDSEC. Just it's like this is the first local government election you are. When we become, when you know that. You started the Romy case as a case study. Have you ever seen in Nigeria a governor of a state lost woefully in local government election?
Never.
So why are we saying things that
will be a first time.
So
this time calm down.
He has the floor.
So I'm just perturbed. You force people do this, do that. The 80% of the people we appoint are people he knows. The governor of the state will not go and appoint somebody that he knows will fail him. It's impossible. Are we not living in Nigeria? Are we living in one place called there? We know what we are saying now. Why will you change that? I will now appoint you. When the governor will be calling the result that day, either the SSG or the chief of staff will sit by the person. It's open. I tell me it's not possible. You will not read what? Read what? That which one must I want?
We're talking about a person of integrity.
Live integrity. Was there no integrity when the election was happening in Nuwomi? Election was called the Benin. Was it done by a school teacher? Was it a retired professor? Why will you see? You don't know, come tell us what we are saying. Or do you know the same person that they appointed in Kogi when they did the election in Kogi? When people were starting, the governor was not good. Did you know the same person? Are they not people with integrity? There's already a place that you will know that this person that brings you in there, and immediately maybe when you make mistake, when also setting up the judiciary to say this is what to do, is it bringing them from space? You are telling me about the House of Assembly. I will pass it. Which House of Assembly? Last year that can pass anything passable. Last year that anything that was just passing was passing.
We're talking about the sacred hallowed chamber right now for those states. Let's be guarded.
Yes. Well, I think a week today now, I was coming from Ekpoma, a friend's wedding, and we had a ghastly motor accident. Even with what happened, the next day in the morning, because before I left, I already, as a stakeholder, that we are going to wage a protest with the government of the day, federal to state. And immediately before 7 a.m. I was already at museum. And those that saw it, you did not, I said no, even with the injury, we must say things right. That I'm coming to a government that participated fully, not moving right in the first 3, I will not wait, even not moving. And I'm sure your cameras were on the street on that day and you saw me going against my government.
I remember.
On Monday. So if that happened, I didn't do it because Asiwaju is my enemy, neither I'm no longer an APC person. No. As at the very just now, Asiwaju is not standing on the right pedestal. I have to quickly go on the street to warn. So I will not tell you because I'm a party person what you see going wrong or going right. You are saying APC is also doing election. On Tuesday or Wednesday, I was in Ward 4. Where my cousin, Justice Obaraye, declared he used my staff, he declared intention, and I was there. It was not done in the moon. It was done in Benin.
Thank you.
So how do you want people to participate in the election?
Thank you. Our time is up. I know you have so much to say, but we'll keep on watching the situation. We'll keep coming back to analyze issues as it unfolds, as it has to do with the local government election. No time for last lines, okay? You said all you want to say. Subsequently, you have enough time to really express yourself. But you know where they belong, you know where they stand, you know their position, inclination about the forthcoming election. The big question now is it going to hold? If yes, how is it going to be held? We come out a mass to vote. What are political parties? Are they really willing to spend money to come out to say these are candidates, these are party, these are people, come vote for us? We are watching. We are watching. Gentlemen, thank you once.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Wonderful analysis. And don't forget that the opinions is theirs. It has nothing to do with ITV. Parties represented, you know where they belong. See you next week Sunday. God willing. Bye for now.